Today, I'm going to be sharing our Christmas budget. And if you stick around, I'll show you how to get this spreadsheet tracker for yourself and how to use it so you can make a plan for this Christmas. So this video is part of my vlogmas series, and I've been really excited to get this one out. I usually share my budgets here on Google Sheets, but today I am budgeting and tracking all my Christmas and holiday expenses using this spreadsheet. Traditionally speaking, I used to budget for Christmas out of our regular budget. But this year, I feel like we should definitely separate it from our regular budget because that's where we see us going over is anytime we have to buy gifts. So by separating it out, we can make a plan specifically just for this and set aside money, which we've already done with our savings challenges, thankfully. But so going back, sometimes we don't remember exactly what we spent or exactly what we got someone from year to year. And I hope to use this now and in the future to help us track all of our expenses, see how much we're spending and what we're getting as well. So over here on the left is where I created our budget for Christmas. And over on the right is the spending tracker. This is where I'm going to track each expense that we make for specific gifts that we buy. But before we get started, I want to talk about the actual dashboard. So over here on the left, I have a dashboard, or I guess like a mini dashboard of what's going on with our budget. So what I did here is I went ahead and put everyone's name in here, but I blocked it out and deleted it right now for privacy reasons, of course. So what I did is just put everyone's name that we are expecting to buy a gift for, the categories that I created, and then the budget that we set for each person. So as you can see, we haven't bought anything yet because the actuals are all zero, but this is our plan going forward. I know I forgot one thing, and I'm going to go ahead and put it in here. I think I'm going to put it under, I probably are going to have to make a different category, but there's one category that I forgot, and that was for the teachers at my son and daughter's school. I wanted to add them to the list. So I'm going to add them. I would put like the kids' teachers, for example. And so let's say I budget $80 for that. And as I put that into my spreadsheet, I go up and it changed it up here into the budgeted amount. I like this dashboard up here because it just shows me the summary of everything that's going on. So it has my budgeted amount, my actual amount. I haven't spent anything because that's why this my gift spending tracker is empty. And then remaining amount is how much we have left in our budget to spend. And then completion rate just tells you how much that you bought or how many people that you finished buying for. For example, let's say I'm buying for my spouse. I finished buying it. I put it into my tracker. I can click it as complete and it will show on my completion rate. We are planning to budget $250 each per person. The kids, the bigger kids, we're also budgeting $250 for. And then our two youngest, we are budgeting $100 each. I already know I'm probably going to have to change this as I go, especially as gifts come up. Like I know this one, I'm going to have to probably do close to 200. So I can change that as I go. If I'm working with a specific number to budget with, then I can change it as I go. But I have a little bit of buffer to work with, so that's why changing it $50 or so or $100 isn't going to be a big deal in the long scheme of things, because it's not like I'm going to spend every single penny of this. It could be that I spend more. It could be that I spend less. And then for my husband's family, when we go over there, we give everyone a gift, and he just budgeted $30 for everyone just to make it easier, except for his parents were going to budget a little bit more. So we may spend less than this, but we know that $30 is our limit per person. And then this $100 right here, this is where my family comes in. We usually do a white elephant, and we usually do $50 per person. So between my husband and I, that's $100. And again, the last one is my kids' teachers. So there's other stuff I need to probably add to this. Like for example, my coworkers, although I don't really give my coworkers any gifts anytime soon. There's one or two I usually buy for, or I'll do like goodie bags for all my coworkers. So this is still a work in progress, but this is what we have so far. And it's good to have an idea of what you're going to spend and what you're going to buy and make a list like this. I usually just do this on paper, but my issue specifically with paper is I end up losing it or I don't have it on me whenever I'm going out shopping. So having this digital tracker for me is very beneficial because I can update it on the go anywhere I am. I just love being able to open it on my phone and click and type in as I go. And then as I make purchases, I can just come in either on my phone or on my computer and type in all the transactions that I have for each one. And then as you fill this in, these charts up here will start to actually show more data. So your completion rate, it'll turn green once you've completed more or all of them. Again, it goes by these checkbox. So as you can see, once you click them, it'll show that they are completed and the green will start to show more and your completion rate goes up. So I'm going to unclick these really fast. The budgeted and the actual is actually just a reflection of these, just to give you a visual of what these look like in comparison. And then the categories, these are something that you can add on your own. I have them empty in the template, but you can change these to your desired categories. So let me go in and show you an example of one so you know how to use this. So here's a sample one that I created. So let me zoom in really quickly. And this says 34 days left until Christmas. It does have a countdown. Now I'm filming this in November, the end of November. So I'm a little early. So I know when I get this out, it's going to be probably December 4th or 5th. But just know that the date changes as the day progresses. And I can change this number or change this date to any holiday that I want to make it reflect the countdown to that day. So on this spreadsheet, I put in just random people's names and then I put in the categories that I'm using. So again, you can change these. You can change these by clicking on edit button and the drop down box pops up over here on the right and you can delete these or change them, whatever you want. You can delete them and just only have one category if that's easier. Once you do them, whatever changes that you make, so let's say I delete donations and let's do coworkers too. What if I delete these two and you click done? Then you want to make sure that you apply to all. That's the main thing that you have to do in order for this to work. If you just put just this instance, it will mess up your data in the graphs and stuff. So just make sure you apply to all. Another thing that you can do in the edit button is change the colors if you want the specific ones to have colors, but that is up to you. I felt like it didn't really need the extra colors. Then after you come up with your categories and then you put in names of the people that you want to buy gifts for, you make sure to include the budget in that you want to do. So fill this out. So as you can see, I deleted the coworkers one. So now it says invalid. So you're going to have to change it to a different one. And again, as you mark these off, your graphs and charts will change. And then over here on the right is the actual spending tracker and what it looks like. I started typing in some fake transactions here so you can see what it looks like. And then I got tired right around the third one and just copied and pasted it so you can see what it looks like. So I deleted coworkers from the list, so that's why it's red there. So if it says invalid, just make sure that you are choosing one specifically from the drop-down box. Okay, with that being said, the only finicky thing about this sheet is if you, let's go back over here. If you put Jane, for example, we'll use Jane as your spouse, then if you put Jane over here in your spending category, let me zoom out a little, in your spending tracker, if you put Jane as someone else, so let's say Jane, and you put it as immediate family, then it won't show up in the actual column. So over here, we put Jane under spouse. So Jane needs to go over spouse over here. So once you click that, then it'll show up in the actual. So just make sure you get those categories right, and then you'll be good to go. I'm giving this template away for free if you want it for your records, for your copy. This is a budgeting channel, so we don't want to go into debt for the holidays. I know it's really easy to. So hopefully you like this budget spreadsheet. Let me show you how to get it. So if you go to the description box below and you click on the link for this template, it'll pull you up to a screen that says, would you want to make a copy? And then click make a copy. You do need a Google account in order to access it. And then once you make a copy, you automatically have editing rights and it's your copy to keep. So once you get this, it'll open up to this page here. And if you look down at the bottom tab where it says example Christmas budget and you go to the second tab, this is an empty sheet for you to start putting in your data. And if you want to delete the example one, then delete the example one by going to the drop down box and delete. And you can even change the name of the new tab and put 2023 Christmas budget and add to it each year. I hope you like this tracker and I hope you enjoy it. I really enjoyed making it, especially with the colors. I like the mint green background and the dark green headings. It just gives me a lot of Christmas vibes. Reminds me of the Grinch, but this Grinch isn't going to steal our Christmas. And if you do download this and you end up using it, please let me know how it works out for you. And I truly hope it helps. Hope you guys have a great day, and I'll talk to you in my next one. Bye.